do a review of the long-awaited Silk Sonic album, which is the Bruno Mars Anderson .Paak collab album. It's been in the it's been made, it's been done for like over a year now. They released the first single, I think, the end of last year, beginning of this year, and they didn't release the album until now. So I mean, it's been they've released a couple songs over the course of the year. But now that the album's finally here, it's only like 9 songs, but to me, I think it's a very solid album. It's great.
It's
Pretty
funny
fun.
because when you go on
It's a fun
their
album.
Spotify
Yeah.
page, like the 2 or 3 songs have like hundreds of millions of views, and then the next one down has like 7 million. Like, you can just
Yeah.
tell how long some of them were out, and then the rest were just released.
Yeah, Leave the Door Open was the first one that came out. That was the first one, I think they even won an award like at the Grammys for that song, and the album wasn't even out yet. And then Skate came out this summer, and then now the album came out. But I think it's very solid. It's very throwback 70s like soul. I mean, they got Bootsy Collins pretty much narrating
Bootsy Collins is
throughout the
hilarious.
whole album. They got who was it? Thundercat was on bass, and then Anderson .Paak does the drums and everything. But I love the sound of it because it's very 70s. They use all real instruments and everything, kind of how similar like the Roots. They use all real instruments. It's not really like computer based instrumentals or anything like that. But it's fantastic, man. I love this album.
Yeah, I never really. I mean, I've obviously heard Bruno Mars songs before, but I never really listened through like albums or anything of them. So
yeah,
this was like a tight album too. It was only
It's a weird one to start with.
31 minutes long. Like,
Yeah, quick.
yeah, it's very tight. Like I've heard they have other songs that they cut out of it, but I'm glad they went with the best ones.
Yeah, like this was I was reading one of my chapters for school, and I wasn't even done with the chapter yet. I'm like, this is done already? Like, I'm already done. But yeah, I thought it was good.
2 pages. Evan's just
honestly.
a really slow reader.
I actually am a really
I
slow
was just
reader.
kidding.
I mean, I always liked. I mean, Bruno Mars was all right to me. I've never been super huge into his music. I've been a huge Anderson .Paak fan the past couple years. Like, I love his albums. So just knowing that going into it, I knew that the collab was going to be nice because I mean they're very similar in different ways. Especially Bruno's last couple albums, very similar to like what Anderson .Paak was doing. But going into this, I had high expectations especially based off that first song that came out.
I'm a little vice versa. I was a much bigger Bruno Mars fan, and I like Anderson .Paak. I've always liked his music, but I liked his music. I was much bigger Anderson .Paak fan, but it is a tight album. I just want to get a complaint out of the way real quick, and I do really like the album. I would rate it high. I'm listening to it, and it's very 70s, and I'm all into it. And the songs where they're having fun with it, and the theme of it, I'm loving. Like, I love Fly As Me, 777, Blast Off.
Yeah.
Like, those are like high points of this album. I'm just jamming. But I think it even might be the first single. But after last night, it was like a fucking parody listening to it. I was like, this sounds like it should be an Undercover Brother. Like, it sounds like a parody song of a 70s song. And it was the one song of the whole album that really just took me out of it. And I was just like, what? Like, what is it? There's like that narration in it, and like that dude talking in the beginning, like even the lyrics of it. And I was imagining a scene from Undercover Brother the whole fucking time I was like listening to this song, and I was just like, okay, like, all right. And I listened to the album 3 or 4 times because it's a quick album. And
it is a pretty quick album.
Each time it came on, I was like, So
Not
that's like
this one.
That's my one negative. A couple of them are okay to me, but 777, Fly As Me, and actually Smoking Out the Window are another one.
I think I was gonna say Smoking Out the Window is probably my favorite.
Yeah, those are good songs.
That song. That's one that's gonna be in my playlist going forward. That's a great one. And I mean, even like Leave the Door Open, like I understand why they made that their single because it gets in my damn head and it's stuck in there for a while. But like you were saying, like 777 is a great one. Skate is smooth as hell too.
Butter.
Skate is nice. Love that track.
I would say for the most part, it sounded smooth as butter. I mean, it was like, I just kind of chilled like the whole time.
Yeah.
I know what you mean, Alex. Is that the one? Is the one you were talking about the one that's like in the beginning? she's like, "Do you like what I did to you last night?" It was something like
Yes,
that. Yeah,
that
I
one.
remember
Yeah.
when that came on. It did kind of take me out, and I'm just kind of like, I know exactly what you mean.
It's like a parody of it. Like it was like the scary movie of the album.
Yeah.
I was like, what is
And then
happening
right
right now?
after that, 777 comes on, and it's just like bam, 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 like
Bam, bam,
right
bam.
in your face. But yeah, I
Yeah,
agree. I agree with that.
I thought it was
But
pretty cool, man. And then Blast Off, I
Mhm.
think it's a nice track to go out on.
Yeah.
It's very chill. Like I know the rest of the album is chill, but this one is very chill, it's very melodic. But it's a great song to go out on, and hopefully they do another one eventually. I'm looking forward
Yeah,
to Silk Sonic comes back.
it'd be fun. We hear a lot about these collab albums, and I gotta be honest with you. The Chance and Childish Gambino. Then you heard about Kendrick and J. Cole, and I've been kind of let down by all of them. They never come out. Like they
You
put
got
like a
Bad
song or
Meets
two
Evil.
up. They do have that. There are some, but like I'm glad this actually saw the light of day eventually because I do like both of these artists, and to see them come together, I'm just like, this is fun. It's a fun project. It's a super fun album, and for
Yeah.
30 minutes of listening time, I think it's completely worth it to listen to.
Oh, definitely. I highly recommend it.
Yeah, I highly recommend it.
yeah,
Have fun
and,
with it.
I mean,
Yeah.
as for someone, this is definitely not my genre at all. It was enjoyable, honestly.
It's fun. Fly As Me is going on my playlist because that shit made me feel like I was on top of the world. I was like, shit made me feel up there. Bernie, you've been quiet. What was your opinion?
I didn't really listen to it too much. I just heard like a lot of the major singles off of it, and I have heard "Smoking Out the Window" or "Smoke Out of the like that is my shit. Like every
That's a
time I
good
hear
song.
that come on, I'm just like, like, and Wyatt knows Bush, that Snoop Dogg album, like it just reminded me a lot of that the whole time.
Yeah, that
Like,
album's great too.
Every time I hear a song off it, I'm like, this is what I expect out of Bruno Mars and Anderson .Paak nowadays, to be honest with you. Like, even going back to Bruno with Gucci and Kodak on that, what's it, Wake Up in the Sky or
Yeah,
whatever, like, it sounded very similar to this type of stuff. So, like, I love it. I'm all here for as much of this type of music as they want to put out because I love how just like that smooth, like, it's amazing. And have you guys seen the video for "Smoking Out the Window"?
No,
I was gonna say the
I
video is
haven't.
hilarious for the
The video is great. Like Anderson .Paak, like oh my god, it's
they're all in like
great,
the brown leisure suits, like they're performing on like Johnny Carson show, and they're like have like the three dudes behind like the Pips dancing behind them.
It's
and
that's so funny.
That part in the song too, he's like, I don't mean to be dramatic, but I want to die. And then he dies, and then he's laying there on the floor through like the rest of the song while they're singing like the chorus. Anderson .Paak is on the floor dead, and they just go back to dancing and shit. It's a great video too.
It's great, man. So like seeing these two together is fucking amazing to me. So
yeah,
it's one that I need to listen to thoroughly, but I haven't listened to straight through quite yet here.
Yeah, I think the best part is the energy in the album. You can tell they had a lot of fun making it.
They were having fun. Yeah,
it sounded fun the whole way through.
Their voices sometimes even blend for me. I didn't know who was singing sometimes. I was like, wait, is this Pac or is this who is this? You know,
it does go together well. It seems like a lot of the verses and stuff were handled. I mean, Bruno has some, but a lot of it was handled by Pac. Yeah. And then like Bruno was doing a lot of the choruses and stuff.
That's what I thought too, and I was like, all right. But they're a little hard to decipher, which is a good thing, you know.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be, you know, that's what they were shooting for. But good album. Like I said, I recommend.
I highly recommend the album. It was a great album. I'm looking forward to see if they do anything else.
Like, subscribe, follow. See you next time.